Dear admission seeker throughout the whole country, I do believe one matter that you have taken proper preparation. But many students see throughout the whole country, I do believe one matter, the person who are the people of flood affected areas of this is the country, other natural calamities, many of you could not take proper preparation. Actually, I don't know whether this special video of mine would be able to reach you or not. Since you do not know, or do not many of you do not know this particular special number through which you can also get chance and opportunity to listen. And I should share with you on Rahmats English education. You can search it and you can get many things. Dear admission seeker, for you, I am going to discuss something today, something special from literature. Many students in cluster system, you will get admitted yourself according to target and choice and thinking about that is called as the future market, job market. But our students at present who are taking preparation to get admitted themselves, they prefer to give importance especially for the purpose of job market. The subject is who doesn't have job market. Our students dislike to receive such kind of a subject. And I got this information from the paper, Many Man, Many Mind. Only certificate based education cannot be helpful, I should share. And this certificate in course of time in your future may be burden if you cannot utilize your acquired certificate or hard earned certificate. For this reason, you should acquire high quality through which it is possible on your part to go ahead. However, let me say something about Shakespeare's contribution. You are getting Macbeth. Of course, you know about his Macbeth, who was army general. Lady Macbeth was his wife. He was very ambitious, but he was very honest. But Lady Macbeth, especially that skill, wanted to notice her husband as King of Scotland. On that time, the King of Scotland was alive. But I should share with you something that is called the influence of the witches, who spoke, who predicted about Macbeth's future. And in this and that, especially Macbeth could not understand this matter about it. His friend Banquo said, "Don't be afraid from such kind of piece, especially that premonition or prediction." In this and that, Macbeth consoled his disconsolated heart. You know it properly, that is called as Macbeth. Macbeth is especially King Duncan wanted to go where his country, his castle. And Macbeth Lady Macbeth was written a letter, "Dear Lady Macbeth, I was returning from the battlefield, and especially three wishes, first wish, second wish, third wish, predicted is in the joy. King Duncan is especially cousin of mine. He is interested to visit our castle, and you are requested to take preparation." Lady Macbeth especially listened to everything, read the letter how many times I do not know, but she took decision so that King Duncan must not be able to return to his capital and to his royal palace. And she became his fourth wish, WITCS. That word is getting, English and dining. Bengali meaning you are is getting. After this and that, she took decision to murder sleeping King Duncan, and she compelled her husband to kill whom? Duncan. Duncan was killed. Macbeth's happiness had gone. Lady Macbeth became mad. King Duncan, especially that was assassinated. He departed from this world. Duncan, his son, took revenge on whom? On Macbeth, especially for his father's killing. But in the meantime, Lady Macbeth had no any want of special happiness, joy, merriment, peace, and tranquility. By being greedy, she became mad. Now, question is that especially that is called here you are getting who was responsible for the killing of King Duncan. Reply will be Macbeth. How many wishes are we going to get? 3. First, second, third. Who was Banquo? Banquo was friend of Macbeth. Who was King Duncan? Duncan was King of Scotland. And what kind of relationship is Duncan had with Macbeth? Duncan as well as Macbeth, they were cousin. What about Macbeth? I do believe this matter that you have understood. Our dramatist is especially that school told us, advised us not to be too much greedy, and if any person becomes too much greedy, he or she may lose his life. Let Macbeth died by being mad, but Macbeth hadn't any headache for the dead body of Lady Macbeth, and he was especially thinking how to remain in power. What about might be in ditch and that especially Macbeth was also killed. What about might be let us go to discuss something about your getting Merchant of Venice. In Merchant of Venice, you are getting home Antonio Shylock. It is absurd drama according to my personal opinion. Shylock, especially that school of person used to perform his business, business of interest. That Anthony was good-hearted is a person. He used to loan money to people without taking any interest. But question is that Shylock, especially if you ask Shylock is a bad man, Shylock is not a good man. But is there any possibility on the part of us to get any loan from the bank without giving bank in any interest? No. So it was the business of Shylock. Since Antonio Justice especially became the throne on the way to destination, for this reason Shylock took this decision to especially murder him, and of course there was also born to take that especially flesh. A pound of flesh from the body of Antonio, but if any person takes especially a pound of flesh from the body of another person, that man or woman cannot survive. Man is short-lived creature, of course, for slightest reason or cause, a man or woman may die. But if any person can perform good amal, proper amal, appropriate amal, that premature end of life will not come. Akal mrityu hobe na. Such as you are getting Surah Tawbah শেষ 2 আয়াত. লাকাদ জাকুম রাসূলুন মিন আনফুসিকুম আজিজুন আলাইহি মা আনিতুম হারিসুন আলাইকুম বিল মুমিনিনা রাউফুর রহিম ফাইন তাওয়াল্লাউ ফাকুল হাসবিয়া লা ইলাহা ইল্লাহু আলাইহি তাওয়াক্কালতু ওয়া রাব্বুল আরশিল আযীম. Dear readers, you can just get it from Niamul Quran, of course Surah Tawbah শেষ 2 আয়াত, but especially every day when you say your Foroz prayer, and you will read this 7 times. Number 1. Number 2, when you especially you pass with pleasure is the time. If you have ablution or not, it is not the concern or question. You may just especially read this particular surah, and premature end of life will not come, accident will not come, damage of especially any parts of the body will not happen, and other suffering will not come. Allah shall protect us because of this amal. Whatever might be Surah Tawbah শেষ 2 আয়াত. লাকাদ জাকুম রাসূলুন মিন আনফুসিকুম আজিজুন আলাইহি মা আনিতুম হারিসুন আলাইকুম বিল মুমিনিনা রাউফুর রহিম ফাইন তাওয়াল্লাউ ফাকুল হাসবিয়া লা ইলাহা ইল্লাহু আলাইহি তাওয়াক্কালতু রাব্বুল আরশিল আযীম. Whatever might be, I should share with you something that Quran is the best book, is the best book in the world. Quran can give us solution in mundane world, here and hereafter, this and that, everywhere, where not. For this reason, we should have attraction for Quran. By reading Quran, we may get the mercy of Allah. To read the Quran means to speak with Allah. To listen music means to speak with devil. And the best ibadat is in this world, of course, is getting, of course, to read the Quran, to read the Quran, to read the Quran. This particular Quran has come from Lawh Mahfuz. But in course of time, especially before the day of blood judgment, when especially Qiyamah will be started, Jibril Aslam will come, Hazrat Jibril Aslam will come to take away the verses of the Quran, and especially that is called only the white page will remain in mundane world. But especially that is called Quran came from the court of Almighty, of course it will go that place. And it is sure that it is especially after the death of a man or woman, Quran especially goes to him or her. This particular is the Quran stays at the chest of a man or woman. And after this and that is the other ibadat and amal, such as namaz, prayer, roja, fasting, hajj, pilgrims, zakat, donation. And tahajjud is prayer you are getting, zikr azkar you are getting, reading durud you are getting, other amal of course you is getting. After this and that is especially Munkin Nukr shall come to the grave, according to Islam, and especially first question you are getting, Man Rabbuka, who is your creator? Then we will tell, Inshallah, Allah is our creator. Second question, Man Rasulaka, who is your Rasul? Then we will tell, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam especially is our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Man dinuka, what is your special religion? It means we shall say our religion is Islam. But dear learners, you must not tell that is called in this is the language what I am speaking with you. You may tell especially directly in Arabic is the language, of course, And Arabic language automatically you learn is in the grave life. And after this and that, there cannot have been any danger. And you would be able to especially get long time to sleep. Sleeping, especially sleeping will be started. On the other hand, the person is who used to perform various kinds of sinful task connection, past is a night in nightclub, went here and there for especially personal purposes, did various kinds of adulteration activities and action, had various kinds of connection with many person and public, did and took bribe, and especially and by the help of his magical power, or just especially muscle power, he occupied the land of other, deprived so many person and people, did various kinds of especially ugly task connection, and used to just pass his time by drinking wine, gambling, as well as doing other especially that particular task connection. Obviously it is easy on the part of you what kind of punishment will come is for them. Man is short-lived creature. If any man or woman especially performs such kind of activities and action, it was told deceived by Allah to whom to reveal that if he comes back especially to the right path, praise to the court of Almighty by shedding tears. Allah is Rahmanur Rahim. Allah is Ghafurur Rahim, Rahmanur Rahim. Allah has especially mighty power, can forgive us all. So before our ultimate departure from this world, we can just especially take this step to get complete forgiveness from the court of Almighty. Dear listener, in Merchant of Venice, you have understood this matter about the jealous natured person of justice, especially who was the jealous natured person, not Antonio, but Shylock. Shylock wanted to kill him at any rate, but could not kill him. That's this and that, of course, Jessica was the only one daughter of Shylock. This lady eloped with a Christian, got married there. Shylock especially became empty, losing his daughter. And our dramatist did not mention anything about his wife, other members of this family. But this jealous nature person, of course, suffered mass. It was especially that is called decision was taken to cut a pound of his flesh from the body of Antonio. After this and that, Antonio could not return the amount what he took from the pocket of Shylock. Then we are getting from on behalf of Dr. Bellario that you know a law specialist is especially a person came wearing the dress of whom? Wearing the dress of especially that is called lady. By being barrister is especially this particular person spoke on this stage, After this and that he said, Mr. Shylock, I am interested to return the amount what especially Antonio took, you may take. But Shylock said, I want justice. Mr. Shylock, you are aged is a person. On the other hand, this particular man, Antonio, is young. Probably still now he is not married. Maybe he may be unmarried. Don't damage such kind of his life. To take 1 pound of his flesh from the body of him means to kill him. Therefore, you must not do such kind of crime. Mr. Shylock, take the amount. Shylock said again and again, I want justice. Is it yes? Then especially that is called you are is getting here the just here this particular is advocate barrister is say, do you have any document? Yes, please show me. Then especially this document was shown is that you know what is written. You can cut a place that is called a pound of flesh from the body of Antonio. Is it? Yes. Have you brought any knife? Yes. Are you interested to cut? Yes. But especially in your document it is not written that especially a drop of blood or blood should come out. But since especially you are interested to cut a pound of flesh, it should not be neither just more nor less. First condition. Second condition is that if there would have been any drop of blood which will come out from the body of Antonio, your especially all property will be taken by the government. Mr. Shylock, you are aged person, but you are jealous nature DC person. In the special city of Venice, Antonio is well known for his honesty, purity, simplicity, magnanimity, generosity, and he especially gives loan without taking any interest. It is his cause, and since you have taken decision to murder him, to kill him, to make your path clear, whatever is might be, that is called, I should share with you one thing, since especially that is called you wanted to kill him, it means it's an attempt to murder. So, according to law of Venice, I am going to declare your death sentence. Death sentence. Mr. Shylock began to weep severely and seriously. After this and that, he said again, yes, give me that particular amount. What I gave is whom? Antonio. But especially here, advocate said, no, this opportunity has gone, time has gone, you cannot get it again at present. Whatever is might be Antonio, that is called as came and said, Honorable Court, I learned from reliable source that this is the person Shylock has a daughter, and the property what he has, half of the property may be received by his daughter Jessica, and half of the property may be received by the court of Venice, in this country. This particular decision was accepted. We are getting, and Shylock departed from that place by shedding tears. So from here, our dramatist is especially taught us is one thing Shakespeare that you know, to show kindness, pity, sympathy for all classes of people. Even especially we must not kick any dog, fox or other creature, because Allah also created them. I should share with you, and it is not possible on the part of us to create even an ant, let alone elephant or other thing. Therefore, especially we should be obliged to the court of Almighty. I do believe this matter that you know what kind of man Shylock was you are getting in merchant of Venice, kind-hearted, cruel-hearted, sympathetic nature. 3 questions. Then you need to just give tick mark, cruel-hearted person. I do believe one matter that you have understood this thing. The student especially who are listening my voice, of course you should read a book named Shakespeare Samagro in Bengali. Number 1. Number 2, you can read Dale Carnegie Samagro. Number 3, you can especially read Lutfur Rahman Samagro. These 3 books shall be helpful for you to acquire fundamental quality to take preparation for your near future. But the Muslim students who are listening my voice, you may also read Tazkiratul Awliya, Tazkiratul Anbiya. You may read his autobiography of those especially personality who sacrificed their lives for the betterment of Islam. Of course, there is getting. You can also read autobiography of Khulafa Rashidin, and how Khulafa Rashidin passed their time, what kind of dedication did they do. You may also just read the autobiography of Hazrat Asiya, the autobiography of Hazrat Fatima, the autobiography of Hazrat Khadija, the autobiography of Hazrat Aisha, autobiography of especially Firaun's life partner, of course, there is getting Asiya, and in each and that there are some other women, 10 women from this mundane world, of course, got the ticket of heaven. You are getting one of them, Hazrat Sumayya. Hadvarisi met me in the chant that I supplicate to the God of Almighty Allah for gaining His blessing and mercy to protect His especially myself from the hand of various kinds of disease and misfortune, horrible pain, terrible pain, for the sake of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. May Allah be gracious on us so that it is possible on the part of us to remain, to stay in mundane world with Iman, and when time will go to depart from this world, of course we must go leaving the world with perfect Iman. We came to this world to not to stay forever, not to stay century after century, not to stay especially this decade after decades. Allah knows how long we will be able to stay in mundane world. It is predestined by Almighty Allah. Return ticket had been given to each of us, every one of us. You have gotten. Another remarkable book I should share with you something you are getting Hamlet. Hamlet is masterpiece piece of course of a dramatist. Hamlet is uncomparable contribution to English literature. Our dramatist is especially expresses the various kinds of thought and conception, ideology, philosophy, humanism, for action activities. In this particular is the book that you are getting. Hamlet especially father was late king. Former is the king of this country, and there was none especially in this particular royal family as son except Hamlet, who was a student of Wittenberg University. When Hamlet especially father was killed by applying his poison at the hand of his uncle Claudius. It is sure that everyone is for himself, we cannot deny this thing, but Claudius especially was not rascal, but he was number one rascal. Forcibly he married his Gertrude, mother of Hamlet, came to the coronation function, accepted the crown, lived the country smoothly that you are getting. The ghost especially came to Hamlet again and again to inspire Hamlet to take his revenge at any cost. Hamlet especially had patriotic feeling. For this reason he didn't give importance of his own interest only. He thought about the future of this, especially the people of Denmark. There was a conflict between two countries. Denmark is especially king of Denmark, as well as especially that with another is neighboring country. For this reason, the ghost especially I should share with you might have been especially spirit of bad spirit. Hadvarisi met me. He tested his uncle once, twice, frequently this and that. After this and that, he understood this matter, that his father was killed, Hamlet's father, not at the hand of especially that skull snake, but especially his father was killed at the hand of his uncle, and his uncle was especially a man, a person, especially a man-shaped beast. We are getting. He was dual-headed snake. His present wife Gertrude could not understand the mystery of our husband, could not understand this matter. Hamlet has attraction for a lady that of course you are getting Ophelia. Ophelia was supposed to be wife of Hamlet in course of time. When Hamlet's father was killed, that and Hamlet's father had conflict with the king of Norway. For this reason, especially Hamlet thought the spirit, especially his father ghost, came in order to bring especially that is called destruction for two countries. For this reason, Hamlet wanted to test frequently again and again whether especially Hamlet uncle was really killer or not. In the chant that especially Hamlet did not give importance, that and he had no such kind of chief emotion in his mind. Hamlet especially was a son of a king that you are funding. Gertrude understood nothing. This particular lady became a statue at the hand of Claudius after the death of her husband. We are getting, and in the chant that she became like a puppet at the hand of whom, at the hand of his special Claudius. Claudius was her second husband. Claudius especially was uncle of Hamlet. Claudius was artificial, commercial, superficial. Claudius was cruel-hearted person. Claudius hadn't any sympathy, honesty, purity, magnanimity, etc. Claudius especially was tremendously cruel-hearted person. He murdered his own elder brother for power and position. Thus he especially enjoyed his power and his position, of course, is getting. Last time is the final. Hamlet took especially revenge on him. Thus his life was ended. So I should share with you something. One lucky cannot be lucky forever. One unlucky cannot be lucky forever. One lucky may be lucky forever. One unlucky may be unlucky forever. Whatever is might be the world in which we live, it is not neither a paradise nor heaven. We cannot expect to get 100% happiness in mundane world. Unhappiness, tranquility may come in human life. We must adjust ourselves. But especially bloodshedding is not accepted by especially our prophet, as well as you are getting saint. Sagasas is a person, other justice conscious is a public and person. Men should not is murder, another is man. Women should not is murder men. Women should not is murder men. Men should not is murder women. Women should not is murder women. Men should not is murder men. In which and that, of course, you are is getting, and in course of time, every person is shall die. It is a common thing that you are is getting. Socrates was given a cup of poison. Socrates said he was an old man. Today or tomorrow, sooner or later, he will die. What is the importance of killing? Socrates said, is you are killing a king, a worthless king, wicked-hearted king, characterless king, especially that you know, not marvelous is a king, heartless is a king. You are killing Socrates. But by killing one Socrates, you cannot solve the problems. Thousands of disciples of mine, quote unquote disciples of mine, had already been scattered throughout the whole world, and they shall not forgive you, and you would not be able to hide your own action to them. Your especially future generation shall never respect you. Your future generation shall never show due respect to you, because you are performing especially loathsome task connection. Such kind of action must not be done by a person. The king said, especially my order is order. Thus, especially a cup of poison was given. Socrates took a cup of poison. He lay down on the ground. Thus, he breathed his last, remembering Creator of the whole world. Whatever might be, but cruelty is going on, we cannot deny. More or less, here and there, this and that, of course, we should share with you. Therefore, dear students, candidates for examinations and admission seekers, by being angry, you must not especially that is called kill anyone. By being angry, you must not especially that is to perform such kind of task connection. Whatever is done by those students, especially who killed Arabar of your is getting wet. Because of this section, of course, his father through heart attack he had already gone leaving the world. In the and that, especially such kind of Arabar, such kind of student like you, like other, can be a set of the country. They can bring glory for the betterment of this country, for future for the people of this country. They should not be massacred. They should not be destroyed. They should not, especially that scholars get suffering, sorrow, distress, agony. All right, I do believe one matter that you have understood is this thing. I no longer wish to just say you today. I will discuss inshallah again is the other thing about the purpose of admission is tomorrow by the grace of Almighty. Thank you very much. Thank you all.